under the Horn of Africa, and in that area where the Horn of Africa and the Horn of South America are, that area is basically Tornado Alley or Hurricane Alley. The hurricanes start and they come up from there and they work their way up the coast, and they come up here to the coast of America. From way down there, South America, they come all the way up, the hurricanes come all the way up the coast. And this is hurricane season right now.
Wait a minute.
Hurricane season starts from I think June to November. It ends in November. So from June to November is hurricane season, and the hurricanes, they come up from that way up.
Wait a minute. You know what? The scriptures say that they went into a land where never mankind dwelt. Now you assholes out there say that the Bantus are Israelites, and that they, when they left, they went down into Africa. First of all, there was people inhabiting Africa at the time. So what the fuck are you talking about?
That's why they don't want to deal with this.
Because
talk over
right,
this.
because it basically said they went to a land where never mankind dwelt. Africa was already established and
cultivated and dwelt.
And guess what? Yeah. They didn't have to go through the passage, and the Lord wouldn't have to hold back the ocean and stuff like that to get to Africa.
Right. Now there's another point. Now I want to get to another point. Go ahead.
So it says, for the Most High showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
Now I want you guys out there that are talking about that only Negroes are Israelites to give me a document or a record to where it took a year and a half through the Euphrates River to get from Assyria down into Africa, because you said around the Sudan or around that area there, those Bantus there, those are one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel, even though that land was already inhabited.
Right.
But I want you to show me a document on the record where it takes a year and a half to get from Assyria in a ship on the sea through the Euphrates down into that area of Africa. I want you to give me a document that shows that it takes a year and a half to get from Assyria through ships down into Africa right there. Yep. Give me a document that says that. And you're not going to find one. But we got the document here that proves that they came over to this side of the world. Matter of fact, I'll read this real quick. We finished that up?
It says, for through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. The same region is called Asareth. It says, then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now when they shall begin to come. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through.
Right.
Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
Right. That's when Judah, Benjamin, and Levi were brought over here to this side of the world. And now we're coming to that point where the reunion is coming together, and the marriage supper of the Lamb, which is Yahushai, the Most High Yahushai in Israel, going to be brought back together, and we're gonna go back to our land, and there's going to be peace.
Yep, that's right.
I'm trying to see if I can find this one quick precept. Yeah, where it speaks about that they came over here every 3 years. They brought. I mean, I'm in the area here of the scripture.
This is the 8th chapter.
Yes, it's 1 Kings, either 1 Kings the 9th chapter, or 1 Kings the 10th chapter.
It says Solomon rejoiced every 3 years, because it took about 3 years for the voyage. He had voyages coming back and forth, and it took them 3 years. It took them a year and a half to get here. And they cut down wood, trees. They gathered gold. They brought back turkeys, apes, and different certain exotic things, and packed them up on the ship, and then turned around and brought it back to Jerusalem.
Yep.
To beautify Jerusalem, to build the temple and to build Solomon's house.
That's right.
And it took them 3 years.
Right.
And Solomon rejoiced every 3 years.
That's right. I got it right here. This is 1 Kings 10 and 21. And all King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and all the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was nothing accounted of in the days of Solomon. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory and apes and peacocks. So every 3 years. So they were going from Tarshish, which is Spain, over to the Americas and back every 3 years. So it took the tribes to go on around down through
Euphrates.
Euphrates into the Indian Ocean, down around Africa, the bottom of Africa, over here to the Americas. It took him a year and a half, because King Solomon also had a navy of ships that was in Ezion Geber, which was in the Gulf of Aqaba, which is the top eastern side of the Gulf of Aqaba in the Red Sea, and they used to come that way. The Zidonians used to come that way.
Exactly.
And the navy, and that's what they knew, to go that way. But then you could also come over here through Tarshish in Spain, and you can come. He had a navy there. They would come over this side of the world, the Zidonians and King Solomon's servants, to get whatever resources they needed to bring it back over to Jerusalem. You know, for the beautifying of the temple, for the beautifying of King Solomon's house, and other things, as the Elder Tazadakba just said. All right, so you got any more on that? Or any more
It
goodies?
speaks more about the Mexicans. Yeah, it says
You had something?
Nah, that was it in Ezra. I got Isaiah 25 still. I had Hosea 4 and 17, but the point kind of bad.
All right, so just read Isaiah 25 and 7 real quick. We're gonna begin to start wrapping this up. And if you have any other goodies in there, if not, there's more. So don't worry about it.
stay
There's a
tuned.
lot more to come.
Yeah.
You know, and then that Lord Viscount or Viscount Kingsborough, he had 8 volumes of books.
Yep.
So if you read through those, because what we read was just like little excerpts from the book, and the lesson that we did, and we didn't even read all the excerpts that we had. We just read certain of them, and there's tons and tons of more information, and it's gonna keep coming out.
Yep. As the days go on,
That's
more
right.
of it is just gonna be unraveled and it's gonna come out.
Yeah, and you brothers out there too, if you have information, bring it out, man. Don't hold it back. Don't wait for 1 or 2 men to bring it out. Don't wait for the elders to go into stuff. Y'all do it.
Yeah,
The
Lord
if you
give
got
the-
information, do it.
Don't hold
Bring
back.
it out. I mean, this is a free for all. This is information going out by the tons, because the tribes are waking up. We're not the only ones in the work. Remember what Yahushua said? I pray to the Lord that He send laborers into the vineyard, for the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. So you brothers out there that got information, don't sit on it. Oh, well, the elders are going to cover it.
Especially if it's good information.
Right.
Bring it out.
Just bring it out. Don't hold back. But with that, we're gonna close it up. Because the battery's about to die, and we're gonna see you in the next time. Shalom.
Shalom, brothers.